The recipes for your marriage to work. 1. His love for us and our love for him is the part that guarantees earthly and eternal fulfillment. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10 to 12, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need to spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. A virtuous woman is a woman with high moral standards, one who gives a sense of value to womanhood. A woman that takes up the responsibility of building her home and living for God. That was the character and attribute of the woman Esther, as opposed to Vashti. Esther was a woman that came and conquered. As a woman and as a child of God, to break through in any situation or circumstance, you must recognize the God factor. Every woman in the scripture who fulfilled her assignment on earth recognized the God factor. They submitted themselves totally to the help and will of God. Take, for instance, people like Sarah, Deborah, Mary, Elizabeth, and many other women in the Bible. The God factor were responsible for their success and fulfillment. The importance of the place of and help of God in your life as a woman cannot be overemphasized. Psalms 121 verse 1 to 2 King James Version says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. To my help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Esther was a woman of deep relationship with God. She had an unbroken relationship with God. In chapter 4 of the book of Esther, the Bible tells us that when they wanted to kill the children of Israel, Esther's first reaction was to tell her uncle to inform all the children of Israel to fast and pray for 3 days, and she and her maidens also did the same. It was a lifestyle, it was a habit, and it was what she was accustomed to doing. That was her secret when she defeated all the other ladies from all the other kingdoms during the beauty pageant. I am sure Esther must have fasted before the day that it was her turn and made demands on the God of heaven. Esther was very confident that God of heaven would not disappoint her. While other girls asked for anything they wanted, Esther asked for nothing else other than what the chamberlain gave her. If you want to be an outstanding woman, you can never separate yourself from a life of prayer and fasting. When you pray as a woman, you are making demands on God. You are acknowledging that God is your only source and the only one that is sovereign enough to meet you at the point of your need. So many people run to friends when they encounter challenges, but there is nothing that our friends can really do on a permanent basis for us. Some tend to run to the pastor, but how many problems can they solve? There is a God who has seen all the stages that you pass through to get to where you are. There is a God that hears prayers. Every woman that will succeed in life must be a woman of prayer and fasting. Esther returned to what was natural to her to do. She returned to what was a lifestyle. She went into a time of prayer and fasting. 3 factors as you consider the place of God in the life of Esther. 1. Worship. Esther was a person of worship. Her words were saturated by worship. Psalms 100 verse 1 to 4 says, Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness, come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord he is God, it is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves, we are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. Without worship, your association with God becomes very difficult. 2. The Word. Esther was a woman of the Word. She knew that God had a covenant with the children of Israel. When she went to pray, she wasn't praying absent-mindedly. She was not praying without understanding. She knew what she was doing. 3. Service to God. Esther chapter 2 verse 17, And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head, and made her queen instead of Vashti. Give time to serve God. Invest your life in living for God. Daniel 12 verse 3, And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. I know for sure that when we get to heaven, there is going to be a crown of glory. The crown will be a symbol or a reward for the things that we have done for God. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.